Respected Chairman AES, Secretary Sir, and respected Secretary Sir. And today is the occasion for all our esteemed teachers. So I should say respected principals and respected teachers gathered here. We are all here to celebrate Teachers' Day. And that we know that this every year we celebrate this 5th September as a day to appreciate, to acknowledge, to recognize. I put it in the words of our beloved President APJ Abdul Kalam that we have to appreciate, acknowledge recognition of very noble profession that shapes the character, caliber and future of an individual. So I really recognize the services all of you. Now we have just felicitated people who have, our staff who have completed 25 years. And I know that how difficult it is and how challenging it is to work in an organization like a school, because we have experience of working in an office, so we manage staff of few numbers basically, but to manage a school students every year of various age groups, and that too throughout a year, it's really a challenging. That is the reason it is called as a noble profession. Now we are all very proud that we are associated with. In fact, I feel myself privileged because I am also an officer of CAG of India, that is Indian Audit and Account Service. So we keep auditing various government organizations. We audit all sorts of organizations. So I have also audited many government education departments outside. I was also posted in Manipur. So I have experience of working in Manipur, in Maharashtra, in defense. I have also been to many army public schools where they run their schools. So I feel that when I had an opportunity to work with this school now, almost I have finished more than 1 year, and I feel very proud that I am privileged to be associated with an esteemed organization like AES, who has 30 schools and junior colleges, 27,889 students, and 1,547 teachers. So it's a pan-India huge organizations, and you can imagine that we are shaping the life of 27,889 students. This is what is the data which we have flashed on our website recently, and that number keeps on increasing every year, or almost same. But when we work in an organization like, because when I interact with many principals and even the staff in central office AES, I keep telling them that we are not running an office, we are running a school. So what is the difference between, because we have, as I told you earlier, we have experience of running an office. So running an office and running a school or an organization like AES, there's a big difference. What is the difference between running a school and running an office is that in a school, there is no time. Time is an asset for student. Now, if a student requires some facilities, some requirements, some academic requirements, some extracurricular activities requirement, there is no time for that student because that age will not come again in his life. So, when we run in school, we require a decision-making process to be very fast, and we have to stand to the expectations of a student. Obviously, parents have their own expectations. In fact, when I'm talking with you, I'm also talking with you. I'm in fact not talking. I'm sharing something with you. I'm sharing something with you as obviously as an office bearer of AES, as a member of governing council, and also a parent of a student who is right now taking education in one of our AES schools. So I'm talking with you. I have experience of all these three roles too, with respect to AES. Now, when we are actually working with this organization, you know that we, being the office bearers, we are actually in the policy making or might be decision making role, but you are the ones who are daily meeting students, you are daily interacting with the students, you are daily getting their energy, you are feeling their energy and you are feeling their dreams. And you know that as we are passing through, all of you have experienced pre-COVID, COVID and post-COVID scenario in schools. So you are the real warriors, I say, all the teachers, and I really salute all of you for that, because you are daily interacting with the students, with the parents, you are feeling the energy and their dreams every day. So we are in the area now of today, or we are in the area where we are talking, or era where everyone is talking about new education policy. And you know that next, and we are all celebrating Amrit Kal, and next 25-50 years will completely change the education scenario in India and obviously at world level. So we have to come out of our traditional roles as teachers, and we have to prepare for something new, which a new education policy demands. So we always say that education in India is poised at an interesting inflection point. On the one hand, it is set to shed an outdated model which we have been following till now, just to adopt the requirements of the new education policy 2020. On the one hand, we have a new digital platforms of learning and innovative techniques of teaching are propelling it to global standards to create new benchmarks. So remember that in this age of schools, we are no more a school in a BRC campus or might be our unit campuses, but we are completely, our kids are every day been interacting with this IT and this innovative methods, platforms of learning, because even if we are in this campus, obviously they are included by various new teaching methods from various private classes. So we have to be ready for all these. The new education policy says the new 5+3+3+4 formula provides a strong underpinning with the first 5 years dedicated to foundational learning, followed by a regularly assessed academic growth through the preparatory, middle and secondary stages. Now, what are the outcomes? What we will get out of new education policy, for which we all should be ready, is first, holistic development for students of all grades. That is the first emphasis of new education policy. NEP will inspire a shift from rote learning to in-depth understanding. The curriculum content will be reduced to core essentials and create more space for critical thinking, discussions, and analysis. Teaching and learning will be more interactive, exploratory, collaborative, and experimental. The NEP will bring in flexibility in choice of subjects, skill development, better student assessment. So NEP 2020 proposes standardized state school exam for grades 3, 5 and 8, board exams for 10 and 12, exams to test literacy, numeracy and foundational skills will be very, very important. So the new platforms and techniques of teaching and learning are expected in new education policy. A digital revolution and pedagogical innovations are perpetually creating new platforms of learning and techniques for teaching. NEP 2020 will further open the field for creativity. Now, when we discuss all this, because we all know about new education policy, where we stand as AES, what my interaction with AES for last 1 year, AES will have to overhaul their infrastructure to accommodate new facilities for the implementation of the curriculum as envisaged in new education policy. NEP mandates that all AES teachers and principal to take at least 50 hours of continuous professional development workshops each year. This will refine technical skills and techniques. In fact, I would like to, this is the first might be a function where our new chairman sir also is participating. So I request our new chairman sir that under his leadership, because he has a vast experience of working in NCPW and he has interaction with by taking these technologies of DE to field level. So he had a wide experience. So under his leadership, I feel, sir, is that we have to get ready for the challenges of new education policy. NEP envisages an autonomous body named National Educational Technology Forum to provide a platform for exchanging ideas and using technology to enrich teaching and learning experience. There are various e-learning platforms which are coming up. So AES must harness the forces of technology and to further bolster the benefits accruing from NEP. Now, when we discuss all this, where do we stand as a organization? What are our positive facts in AES? We have well-educated and such a talented staff which we have just seen. And this is only a cultural performance. There are many talented staff in academics like maths, physics, chemistry, other subjects. We have good school buildings. If you go in Mumbai, there are many schools which doesn't have good buildings. We have quality students, because you see all our students are mainly coming from scientists. So when we talk about, in psychology, we always discuss about nature, nurture. So we always have that genetic in the capability in our students, because they are all scientists and coming from very well-educated backgrounds. We have huge playgrounds here in BRC and other units as well. So, but what is then, what task is required, what we require? We require a well-equipped classrooms. For example, I have interacted with so many principals here, and in 1 year I have come to know many things which we feel we need to work on. For example, we don't have laptops with our principals, and this is a requirement that our principal should have a best quality laptop. In fact, I say not even principals, every teacher should have a laptop. So, and fund is not a dirt for us, because just now they said we are handling funds. So funds is not an issue at all. So every of our principal, teacher, now you see, even if you go outside, the BMC schools are all smart schools with all digital boards, all sorts of IT tools. We don't have them in AES. I feel, sir, chairman sir, I request chairman sir that if we meet next year for Teachers' Day, we should have all these facilities in all our campuses throughout AES. So what I feel is that there are so many issues actually. For example, we have a delegation required in PUVV, and we require, there are many issues which principals have pointed out to me, that whenever DCSM does various kinds of infrastructure, that is the works in their campuses, they are completely unaware about what exactly DCSM is doing. So what I feel is that our school should be at the center, our principal should be delegated with all the powers, and let there be a healthy competition between schools. And I know that with this, we will definitely have many of our students in IITs, NIT, national level sports students, music, drama, everywhere our students will go in through AES if we make our school and our principals which have the delegation of various powers to them. What I feel is that, sir, AES as office bearers, we are not regulators, we are facilitators. So what I feel is that whenever AES is such a beautiful organization, because with the aim and dreams which Homi Baba and those people have started this organization, I feel that we have to do a lot to make this organization survive and to make this organization respected in the field of academic and education. So what I feel is that the positive competition among schools is a must. In fact, we have a governing council where we have nominees from CBSE, we have nominees from Kendriya Vidyalaya, and their experience in CBSE and KVS can be positively adopted in AES, so that the AES becomes a vibrant organization. We should not, I feel we should not run AES as a office, because it is not an office, it is an educational institution, and we need to take decisions very fast. We should not delay our decision. In fact, I request the central office, AES central office, that there should be a time-bound decision making. We should not delay decisions for the sake of making, because there are many units pan-India who are waiting for our decisions. So at the end, I would like to say that when we celebrate Teachers' Day, we cannot keep our teachers helpless without modern tools, without modern techniques, and expect academic excellence from them. So this is the time to do the capacity building for the teachers, give best at the global level. I'm not saying India, the global level to our teachers, and then I'm very sure that our teachers will make wonders. Thank you for giving this opportunity to me. So I hope next Teachers' Day, under the leadership of our chairman sir, will come out with vibrant colors, and next year we will have a much better position of our academic as well as the extraordinary activities. Thank you. Thank you, sir.